Hey, this is Retired Geek Woman, Adventures with Rianna in Stardew Valley 1.5 Retired Slow Play, part number 79. We are on day 21 of summer in year number 3. And look at that, 364,000 looks great in the bank. It's going to help us out here. Oh, look at that. Little Harvey Jr. is going to have a perfect childhood. Yes, he will. Living in this wonderful place. And speaking of Harvey Jr., let's go give him a kiss on the head. There we go. Got a wonderful little family going there. All right, so first things first, check our mail. Emily. Okay, Emily sent us a gift of cloth. And cloth can be used to make clothing and things, and we'll get into that later on. It's kind of a for me it's a mid to late game thing. I've never really got into it a whole lot, but we are going to explore it a little bit. We certainly want to be able to change our clothes from these work clothes that we got into something else every once in a while. So if I can hit the right key, we're going to fill up that water bowl. We're going to grab our 3 iridium ore. That's awesome. Looks like our the hay in the silos is going to be enough if I get it all filled up before the end of fall, but I think we're going to be fine. What I normally do is I count up how many animals I have by the end of fall times 30. You only need 28, but I take it times 30 anyway. And that's how many pieces of hay I need, and then I check to make sure I have enough silos. And I think they're really inexpensive to make, 500 or so gold. That used to be a problem for us, and now it's not. So we'll double check to make sure by the end, or mid to late fall season, we'll make sure we have enough. The barn we only have 3 animals in there, and it can handle 12. So we'll figure out how much we need and make sure we've got plenty. And just making sure, loving on them. I was looking at the goats. Yes, everybody's given us gold star today. For some unknown reason, they're all loved animals. But sometimes you get gold, sometimes you get iridium. We're going to pop our milk in our cheese makers and go into the coop and see what we got. So, ran right over one. I think there was another one right in front of us here that I can't see. It's like, come on. Or else I guess I was just running into that chest. I thought there might have been an egg there. It's really hard. I guess I should put the chest in the middle of the floor where I can actually see them, because sometimes I swear that I miss those duck eggs. They're supposed to be here every other day, and I really don't think that I've been getting them every other day. And I don't know, maybe they go away. I don't know the answer to that if you don't use them, so I'm not sure. I know that if you go away for a couple of days, like in the spring when I have to, do the whole planting thing, I don't know. Today's a really good day because our ancient fruits have all become ready to be harvested. So look at all these. And you can add them up as you're looking right there, because every single one of those is a bottle of wine. And when I see them, I see money. Our ancient fruits are going to be our biggest money maker, our biggest revenue stream on the farm. We'll be taking these ancient fruits into, to start off with, to make wine in our keg shed. And then after that, we will take them down to the cellar and put them in the cask to age them. And then we'll put them in the shipping bin. And oh my goodness, wait till you start to see how much money we will make from aged ancient fruit wine. It'll be our biggest money maker that we have. So I'm so excited about that it's finally happening, and you're going to see that money go up exponentially. So then at that time, when we want to spend 500,000 for an obelisk to hop around town or somewhere faster, it won't be such a big deal because we'll have so much money to do that. So it's going to be really great. I think you're going to really see why I've done what I've done and how I'm doing it. Now, is this the only way to play this? Absolutely not. There's as many ways to play it as there are people in the world. You can do all kinds of things. I know some people I've heard talking on the forums, and there's a link down in my description. I've heard people say they have pig farms. That's it. Pigs. Nothing but pigs. I've had people say they have only ancient fruits growing on their farm. I had people say that they have only bunnies growing on their farm. That's kind of an interesting choice, but hey, everybody gets to do their own thing. And that, sometimes I look at all those golds, or the silver star, then we're going to go to gold, and then we're going to go to Iridium. I think that there's a lot of games that are considered sandbox games. I think that some of those aren't as sandboxy as they could be. Today's 21st, summer year 3. I think that this game is the epitome of a sandbox game, meaning you can do it so many different ways. It's to your own liking. I just think it's to me it's fun, and sadly though it can be overwhelming to people sometimes because they don't know what to do. The game kind of leads you a little bit as far as what is possible, some suggestions and things like that. To me it's just, obviously it's a farm simulator, so I'm going to have a farm. And when I was ready to do my farm, I said, okay, I want to create a self-sufficient farm that I'm not buying seeds from Pierre all the time. And I am still buying more from Pierre than I want to, but it's okay. I'm getting closer to that goal of being self-sufficient and not having to buy any more seeds. So we're getting there. I don't know. We'll see next year. It seems like that I thought this would be the year, but it seems like we have to buy some the first day of or second day of the season generally, and because I don't have enough. So I need to work on that, and I'll get there, and just stay with me. Couple things while I'm doing some morning chores here is I just want to mention that there is a community tab on my main YouTube channel. On that tab I do all kinds of things, polls and questions and pictures and things. I'm also doing a video of upcoming videos the following week, and it's kind of a preview situation. So go check that out. There's also an About tab with my upload schedule. It will change if I ever make any changes. Right now, I am doing Stardew Valleys on Mondays and Fridays at 11 a.m. American Eastern Time. And I'm doing another game called Ken Seed on Wednesdays at 11 a.m. U.S. Eastern Time. And so check those out to see when you might be able to watch them, or you can just watch them at your leisure. Check out the descriptions of my videos for useful links, all kinds of things to help you play the game better or get some more information. Each game that I play will have useful links like that can help you. I want to give a plug for subscriptions. If you haven't done so, do please subscribe to my channel. I really appreciate that. And if you like my videos, give them a thumbs up. And if you have any comments, that's great too. All of those things help YouTube like me better. And who doesn't want to be liked, right? So that will help me. Something else that I've started doing that I wanted to mention is in my videos somewhere, there's going to be a secret word of the day, of the video. I still can't figure out what I want to call it, but it's just a secret word that I want you to use in the comment section below. I want you to use the word in a sentence, not just say the secret word is whatever. So I'm going to put the secret word, I'm going to say the secret word out loud so that you have to listen to the videos to hear it, but play along with me. I saw this done on a channel and I thought, that is fun. That would be a fun thing to do. So sometime during this video, I'm going to give a secret word for you to use. So please continue to listen and watch, and then it'll be in here somewhere. Speaking of my videos and the length of my videos, I'm really working at trying to get the length of them down. I know that people are busy and don't necessarily have time to watch an hour-and-a-half long video, which is what I really started with. And then I went to hour longs, and I'm trying to get down below an hour, closer to 45 minutes. I know that the world is a busy place and y'all have lots of things to do, and I want to have people have time to watch my videos all the way to the end. So I will be cutting them down as much as possible, trying to get them closer to the 45-minute mark. And hopefully that will help you, and it will help me, because if my videos get watched to all the way to the end, again, it makes YouTube like me better. And of course, it makes me feel like I'm doing something that people find valuable. What I'm doing right now is I'm going to grab a couple of those rainbow trouts out there. There's 10 in there. That's the most you can have. And so what you do is, if I do that, then the next time that the rainbow trout decide to multiply, there'll be room for them to multiply. And also, the reason why I have the rainbow trouts in that pond is they will give you something special. And so sometimes they'll give you roe, but other times they'll give you something special. And the special is what I'm looking for. So I'm going to leave the rainbow trouts in there for now. You can put any fish in there. But I was looking through the wiki and saying, okay, what fish does what in the fish ponds? And when I found out what the rainbow trout did, which I'm going to leave as a surprise, then I decided that would be the one that we're going to start with. Doesn't mean we'll end with have it forever, but that's what I want for now, because that will give me some items that I am specifically looking for. And look at that beautiful giant cauliflower. We're hoping for a beautiful giant melons. We'll see if we get them. What I'm doing here is I grab the rest of my weathered flooring, wood, whatever I think it's called weathered floor, and I'm using it for pathways. And I thought that I had not done all of these pathways here, but apparently I had. Now there's some more I'm going to need later, but the part that I really wanted to get to, I was already done with it. And so I was just taking a walk around the farm. I love taking a walk around the farm anyway, because you can kind of see what everything looks like. It's like, yeah, that's not too bad. So I like the way it looks, but right now we don't need any more flooring put down. I may see a few pieces here and there that I want, but that's what I was doing. I was looking to make sure that I had things kind of squared away. And I'm looking now and seeing a couple places that do need some, but that's okay. We're getting closer. We got a lot of decorating to do, but for the most part, the functionality part of the farm is really fleshed out well. I've got 2 big grass areas for my animals in the coop and barn. I've got my planting area. This, unless I decide to change it, which I don't think I'll do, this planting area that you see to the right is going to be our permanent planting area. If you started on our first day, our first episode, you saw that we planted a 5x3 square. That was the where we started from, and we've gone from there to what we have now. Occasionally I will put some progress screenshots. I'll show day 1, I'll show current day, and I will show what it's going to look like on my 11-year save, what my farm does look like on that, which is very close to where I'm going with this farm. Maybe a few tweaks here and there, but for the most part, that's what I'll be doing. If you want to see what that looks like, then stay tuned. I generally put that I'll do farm progression screenshots or something like that in the title of the video so that you'll see it. And that way you can take a look and see where we're going. And to me, it's really cool to see the progression like that. I didn't do that when I first started on my 11-year playthrough. I don't have any starting screenshots, so I'm really glad that I did with this one. For my new folks, the whole entire my big plan, ultimate plan for this playthrough is to go all the way through to what's considered 100% completion. And how we know that is coming up soon. You will see how we can find out how far along we are with our with how much of the content we've played. I'm trying to say it the best way. So we'll find out how to do that in the very near future. There's so many things that we'll get to, but it's okay. It's a journey. As you can see by the title, this is a retired slow play. I'm not in a huge rush for this slow play. I'm going to enjoy the journey and try to see all the little nuances and things that happen and enjoy them. I mean, I see so many playthroughs where people are rushing or power gaming through it and min-maxing and things like that. And that's fun for them. It's not fun for me. It's not what I'm about. So if you're looking for the most optimal way or the fastest way to get to 1 billion gold in your first year, this is not the playthrough for you to watch. They're out there. I've seen them. It's like, okay, that doesn't seem like fun to me. But I guess for them, that's fun. And that is the cool thing about games like this, that you can play however you want, whatever is important to you. What I'm doing here is just doing some clearing of wood, clearing of the farm. I haven't decided how I'm going to do this area down here yet. So I figured it'd be a good chance to kind of clear some out some of the bigger trees. I'm leaving the smaller ones. I'm probably going to take out those mushroom trees because there is a way to buy mushroom tree seeds now, a special way that we'll see in the not too distant future. So I don't have to leave those there and march them along in the ways I've described many times on how you do that. It's like, okay, I got a piece of stone there. You may have seen me put 5 iridium bars in my pack, and my purpose for that is I am going to upgrade one of my tools, and it's the iridium is as far as you can go, and so I'm getting ready to upgrade one of them. I need to upgrade pretty much all my tools. I generally do all but the watering can because I don't use the watering can. Yeah, but I've seen that some people have upgraded it all the way, and I guess I could at some point, but I don't see the need at this point to upgrade my watering can. It's just money and ore that I don't want to use. So I got a lot of these tools that I need to upgrade. This axe is one of them. Really, your best time to upgrade is in the winter when you're not using a lot of your tools. But anyway, I decided to upgrade one of them. We'll go see Clint tomorrow on day 22 and get one of those tools upgraded. So again, I'm just doing some cleaning up around. You can see I'm leaving these smaller trees just because they grow into big trees and that gives us more wood. We'll eventually need more wood. I think that's an ever need. I don't ever recall in my 11-year playthrough that I stopped needing wood. So, and a lot of other things, but definitely wood. So we're going to keep working on it and keep going. I love that little tiny mushroom tree, and it's cute, that little tiny tree growing down there. They're cute when they're little like that. But again, those are used to get mushrooms from, and I just don't use mushrooms in my play. So anyway, what I'm doing is kind of, you notice I didn't put any more sap in there. I don't see the need to have more than a couple thousand, 1,998 sap. I don't need any more than that I know of. So I'm starting to toss any extras into the shipping bin. So this is going to end our day. I wanted to check and see what is tomorrow. Oh, it's the dwarf's birthday. Oh my gosh, I hope I remember to check that. That's one of the characters that we don't know very well. So I think we don't even have any hearts with that one. So we'll see. We need to, hopefully I won't forget to go visit the dwarf. So we're going to work on those relationships. It's one of our goals, is to be best friends with everyone. So 368,000, doing pretty good on that. Come up here and say good morning to Harvey. He's going to take a walk today. Okay, good job, good deal. Take a walk on the beautiful farm. So we always say good morning to our family. Your husband, your spouse, I didn't mean husband, spouse in general. Oh, wait a second. Emily stopped by. Good morning. How are you? She says, you seem to be doing well. The farm looks great. Thanks for noticing, Emily. I appreciate that. Somebody did. Yeah, look at this little smile. We smile. So, you've been here a while, and I'm sure you've been acquainted. You've acquired some cloth by now, right? Yeah, you sent me some. Well, did you know that you can use cloth to tailor all kinds of clothes? All you need is access to a sewing machine. Is that right? And I happen to have one at home. Feel free to swing by and use it anytime. Well, that's nice. You can now access Emily's sewing machine. So as our relationship has progressed, that was a benefit. To start tailoring, you'll need a piece of cloth and a secondary item. Experiment and see what unique styles are out there. Well, that's nice, Emily. Thank you for letting me know that. So we may have to stop by at some time and visit Emily and her sewing machine. As we continue to be friends with people, you're going to get all kinds of things. People stopping by the house, giving you gifts, giving you recipes, giving you all kinds of things. And in this case, we were given access to Emily's sewing machine. So that's cool. So if we decide we do want it to go to sew, and we don't have our own sewing machine, then we can use Emily's. All right, 7 pieces of iridium ore. That's great. I'm very happy about that, especially since we're getting ready to use 5 bars. So that is awesome. Yeah, it looks like we've got some pickles ready of some kind. You can see our little Junimos running around gathering things, so that's awesome. And let's see, run down here and say good morning to everyone. You can see that it's the 22nd of summer, which means we have 6 more days of the season left. And so planting things is kind of problematic because you have to have things that can grow within those 6 days, minus the 25% for the deluxe speed grow. So, it's kind of a challenge at this point to find, what do I want to plant and how much do I want to plant it and how much do I want of those things that are available to grow that quickly. So we'll see. We'll figure it out. For now, we're going to put our milk in our cheese presses. We're going to run over to the coop and see what gifts are left for us. And let's see. All right, there's that duck egg that I talked about. I really need to pay attention to that and find out if, I'm missing it. So I don't know. I should look back at my own recordings to figure it out, but I probably have picked them up and I just didn't remember. So let's put some more in our mayonnaise machines, which I've talked about how much I hate mayonnaise in real life, but I like them in this game. And let's see, we're also going to always check our greenhouse, even though we know where it's nothing to do. We picked everything, but we do have some star fruits growing there. So we want to keep an eye on them to grab them when they're ready. And let's see, what do we want to do this time? We've got some choices here. What I did previously when I was talking about something else is that I know I have 21 preserve jars, counting the one outside. So when I go in to pick fruits or whatever, fruits or vegetables to put in here, I always say, okay, I need 21 of things. So that's why I'm trying to get ahead in my little box right there in my chest, so that I don't have to stop in them when they're ready. I don't have to stop in the middle and go find something to put in there. So I get behind sometimes on that, but I'm trying to get ahead and say, okay, what do we want to put in here? Plus, I don't want to use too many because we want to have enough to make seeds. So it's kind of a balancing act on what goes in there, and I want to keep the kegs and the preserve jars full all the time because that's money. See right there? They go in there. That's money. Part of our morning chores is to run down here and check our worm bin, and if you don't know how to get that, watch a previous episode. Go find how to get the worm bin, and we get free bait out of it, and that way we don't have to go kill those bugs that give you bug meat and turn that into bait. We can just make it right here on the farm every single day. So coming on down here, I still can't plant my fiber seeds yet. I don't have enough. And oh, thank you, Rainbow Trout, for giving us some more roe. And we're going to take that roe and we're going to put it in our preserve jars and then sell it. It's one of our revenue streams. I don't want to have a ton of it. It's kind of like an extra. It's like a side bonus to having rainbow trout growing in the fish pond. So you can see our poppy honey is ready. It's more lucrative than the plain honey, the wild honey that grows. So I'm always happy when whatever flower I plant there each season is ready. We're going to see what they grab for us. Oh, the Junimos got us all kinds of goodies. So we're going to grab what they gave us. And there we go. Plenty of tomatoes. So we can make pickled tomatoes, or we could use it for cooking, and that I always grow something on the edge of the perimeter of the planting field that has multiple harvests. And in the summer, it's tomatoes. And there's also, I think, peppers. So we're going to chuck those next year and maybe mix it up a little bit. Yeah, there's some hot peppers there that I didn't do this time. So that's okay, no big deal. Each season I try to grow, I have a main crop in the middle. That is the most lucrative, and then I usually put the ones that have multiple harvests around the edges, and it just depends. There's a couple, one or two each season that I'll be using, and then once I run out of time, I grow whatever in the middle. And on my list that I have of seeds and things that I want to have, the amount of seeds, I did a count one time of how many seeds I need to last an entire season. I list my main crop, and then my secondary crop, and then the whatever crop. That is after I don't have time to grow any more of the main crop. So let's pop in and visit Clint and upgrade some tools. You can see it's very pricey. It's $25,000 to upgrade a tool to iridium quality. So I decide it's time to do the hoe, and the reason why I did it now is that we are in 6 more days. We are going to need to plant our field again, and it's so much faster with that hoe when it's iridium quality. So I'm really grateful we could get that done. And you can see that the 25,000 really didn't hit us that much money-wise, because we're doing pretty good. Or, we're not having any more of those, 100,000 gold layouts at a time. Eventually we will, but that's coming later. We don't need to do that now. So I'm trying to be careful with our monies at this point. And I'm kind of looking around and say, okay, what do we have? What do we pick up? We did forage some, I think those are grapes, right? Yeah, those are grapes. Want to tuck those away. I think it's a good idea to continue foraging. Keep in mind that forage stuff is absolutely free. You didn't pay any for the seeds, pay for anything. And it's not the most valuable stuff. So if I take those grapes and I get enough and I put them in my preserve jars, they don't bring a ton of money, but that's okay. That's not a problem. It's free. So any money that it brings us is a good thing. So I'm looking around the farm here thinking, okay, what do we need to do? Kind of like some days I have a whole plan in my head of all the things I need to do that particular day. And some days I kind of just walk around and look at the farm and and my thoughts are, what am I going to do next? In this particular, look at that, a train is passing through Stardew Valley. Now, you all have seen what happens when we go up to see these trains. In this playthrough, most of the time, when I go up to see the train, there's nothing there. So it's like, do I want to get disappointment again? In my 11-year playthrough, I don't recall there being nothing there. On a regular basis, I found something, even if it wasn't much. My first one, I had like 15 geodes that dropped off, so my expectations were pretty high. But that is not the case with this playthrough. I would say 75% of the time we come up here, there's nothing that drops off these trains. So I pretty much don't anymore. It depends on what I'm doing. It's like if I'm doing something important, forget about it. I'm not going to stop what I'm doing and run up here. I always come up here to the end where the train is going through the tunnel, and once it's done, once it passes through, then I will run all the way back through. Oh, look at that. There's animals in there. Are they going to drop us some cows? That would be nice. If maybe goats, maybe something. I don't know. So anyway, the trains are interesting to me as far as just looking at them. But look at this. Run along the whole track here. Do you see anything? The answer is no. There is nothing along these tracks. It's so frustrating. I can't believe I really thought that there was something wrong with my game. And so I went to our wonderful forums. I asked this question, and I told them it seems like, that 75% of the time I'm getting nothing. And someone said, you're getting something 25% of the time? That's not bad. I thought, well, okay. That seems bad to me. It's frustrating, disappointing. Let's go see our wonderful Robin. There's a lot of things that she sells, and you can see all these furniture and things. We're not going to buy this furniture. We're going to wait. She has a catalog. Here's a workbench. We're going to purchase that before long, and I'll explain all of that, what that is. A mini fridge is more refrigerator space, a phone where you can call the stores. So there's different things. That furniture catalog is the one that I wanted to see and how much it was. It's 200,000. At some point when we are really flush with money, we're going to buy that. And the reason is, once you buy that, you can buy all the furniture from it. All the furniture is free from it when you buy that. So you place the catalog in your house, and then you can decorate to your heart's content. So if you don't like something, doesn't matter, because it's once you dish out the 200,000, all of the items in it are now free. So to me, it's a very wise investment. Plus, I can change the house, the floors, the walls, the windows, everything anytime I want. I don't have to stop and think about the money part of it. So that's why to me it's a good investment. Oh my gosh, I haven't been in the fruit cave for a while, or the bat cave. Look at all these things. And it's okay. A lot of grapes. There's grapes. There's I think those are blackberries. So all that's good. And some of these things, like the peaches, those are things that you don't get till late game. And that's why I chose bat cave. You get a choice. Demetrius comes and says, hey, I want to set up either a bat cave or a mushroom cave on your farm. Is that okay? And you pick which one. So I've done the mushroom cave in a previous play and wished I had done the fruit, the bat cave, because you need one of those fruits for the community center. So that's why I chose it. And you can see here we got this and a pomegranate. So those are things that all of these fruits that you see right there are fruits that we would not be able to get for a very, very long time, because it's an expensive thing. You have to buy the fruit trees, and you put them on if you put them on outside of your farm there anywhere, they go dormant in the winter, or you can put them in the greenhouse. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to end up with a tree of each kind of fruit, and it will be in the greenhouse. So eventually we'll get around to it. Right now I'm not so concerned about it, but it's, because we're getting those fruits from the bat cave. But eventually we will buy all of those fruit trees and get them all set up. Right now we need to get going on getting as many of our fall seeds as we can. And as you saw, I grabbed pumpkins, I've got cranberries, but some little bit of bok choy. So I'm going to start running these through our seed maker and get the seeds going. I don't know if I'll have enough to plant everything in the fall, but we're sure going to give it a try. I just think that I really thought that year 3 would be the year, but it's looking like it's going to have to be year 4. And we need to be very careful on how much of our produce that we're using in the preserve jars and the kegs and such, because we are really going to try to be self-sufficient on year 4. So I'm thinking very positively. As you can see, I'm just pumping the produce through our seed makers, and we're going to be making some more seed makers soon because it will speed up this whole process. It takes, just so those of you who haven't paid attention or never seen this before, it takes 10 seconds per seed to pop up. And as you can see, we got a mixed seed. That's great because we need those for a resource for crafting. So we'll grab those, and again, I'm just putting in some random things because I do want to plant random things aside from our main crop in the fall is going to be pumpkin, as you can see, and then cranberries. That's another one of those that it's good value. It's a good item to have both in your kegs for making cranberry jelly and wines and things like that. We're going to focus on ancient fruit wine, but there'll be other wines as well. And a lot of times what we'll end up doing is just putting those wines straight in the shipping bin at some point. As you can see, I really do want to make sure that I have some produce of everything. Yams, as you can see, and eggplant, and all those things, bok choy. I don't need a lot of it, but I want some. Because you never know when someone's going to ask for one of those items, or we find out someone loves bok choy or whatever, and we want to give a loved gift. And at some point, we're going to need to do some cooking as part of our goal to do 100% completion. Is one of the ththings you have to do is cook all of the recipes in the game. So some of these may be things that we need to cook with. So it's not so much I have some big desire to have everything. Some of it is necessity. And the other part of it is lack of boredom. And I hate to have my fields go fallow like they are right now. This in the middle there, we've got 6 days of the season and there's nothing growing in the middle of the field, and I really hate that. So I just like to have things growing even though I may not use much of it. And you can always throw it in a preserve jar. You can always, if the worst case scenario is you could throw it in the shipping bin. But I like to have a lot of things on hand. I like to have a lot of variety on hand, as well as in the fall, my pumpkins and my cranberries, which we're doing pretty good on, I think. Let's look at our seed packets here and see how we're doing. 83. I think we're going to have more. As you can see, that I've got the yams and the bok choys now. That's good. The artichokes, I need to get more of those, but I don't have really any more, so I'll probably buy them. So we are going to just buy a few, but that's okay. We can do that. Maybe not the amaranth. We may be able to get enough. I don't need a ton, but that's okay. Again, I'm going to do as many as I can. I'm going to do all of the ones and leave one of each quality in the chest eventually. So I have this thing about having holders, and I won't put everything through the seed makers because I have to have a placeholder. I won't sell them, I won't use them, I just have to have it once I get them in a certain way. And that's just a mild OCD thing that says no, they have to be in order, they have to hold their place, and I'm good. So I'm good. Look at I like those the amaranth packets because they're pretty, the purple color. So I'll grow some of those. Oh, we got another. Oh, good. We got 3 more mixed seeds. That's fantastic. Those are used for crafting, and we do need them. So I get excited when we get them. So you can get mixed seeds. You can also actually occasionally get ancient fruit seeds, which you don't really need anymore because our greenhouse is full, but every once in a while you get them, and I just throw them in my seed box. The spring seed, which is the pink ones, that one kind of holds my miscellaneous seeds. It has all the spring seeds, of course, but it has the miscellaneous things like the mixed seeds and the special seeds, the star fruit seeds, all those things. And as you can see, there they are. I got even 3 ancient fruit seeds in there. So kind of miscellaneous. That I really need to reorganize that box a bit, and I'll get around to it. So 115 pumpkin at this time, and I'm thinking, okay, what else can we squish out of what we got? And there we go, 3, 4, 5. And that's all the seed makers we have right now. But I think we're doing okay. I don't know. We'll have to see. I really need to count it out. It seems like to me, I use Microsoft OneNote to keep track of things, and it seems to me that I need about a total of 600 seeds to get through the entire season of the main crop. And I think that may be more than I need. I really need to someday really go OCD on it and count out my planting areas, and or plant them and pay attention to how many I have, so that I know how many. But I had originally, in my notes, I kept, I need 600 seeds, 600 fertilizer, and then 200 of my secondary crop, which is the one that goes around the edges like these cranberries. And that's for the whole season. That would be all of my plantings for the whole season. So we'll get there. Trust me. But obviously, I don't know. I don't think that the 125 is going to be nearly enough. So we will see. We will see how much we have to buy. So I'm not sure if that 35 cranberries, I don't think that's enough to go all the way around the edges. And then the other ones are just the extra things that grow. And, the bok choy, I'm just going to grow them because I can. And that'd be something to grow at the end of the season when I can't grow anything else. So we're getting there. It's a process. I mean, also we do need seeds for flowers to put in our special decorative area down by the honey houses or the bee houses. And I use those what are they called? Fairy flowers. I use those because those actually, if I'm not mistaken, give you the highest value honey that you can get. And so I'm very excited when fall comes around and I can put those fairy flowers there. It takes a while for them to grow, but that's okay. We'll use to like speed grow and get them grown. And that way we can have fairy flowers that will be fairy seeds. Oh, look at that. We got 3. Awesome. And those take 12 days, unfortunately. So we'll be going 12 days with no flowers around our bee houses. But man, when they come, when they finally come in, they're beautiful. And they help our honey be way more valuable. And so then I was thinking, oh my gosh, it's late. I hate getting that message. It's late. It is late. So it's time to go to bed. It's like, I'm ready, even running right past our wine that's ready. It's like, oh no, it's ready. Oh, it's like, I don't want to lose time. So it's like, okay, quick. I'm one of those people that, I know a lot of people play until they fall down all the time because it's maximizing their time. But I'm more of a, it's time to go to bed at 10 p.m. kind of person. That's when Harvey goes to bed, right? So I don't like to be working much past 10, but there's just some days like this day, I had to make as many seeds as possible. And I thought, you know what, I'll just go ahead and get that done and try to get in here and get in bed before 1 o'clock. It's like, oh my gosh, I'm already late. If you don't go to bed by 1 o'clock, then the next day, 1 a.m., then the next day you don't have all of your energy back. The secret word for today is going to be seed maker. So use the word seed maker in the comments down below. Thank you for watching. If you haven't done so, please subscribe to my channel. And if you like my videos, give it a like. It makes YouTube like me, and it makes me feel like I'm doing something that other people find interesting. The most important thing, though, is I want you to have a wonderful rest of your day.